So tonight I am going to show you how to make a 3D gingerbread man on an owl. Welcome to Nene's channel, or in American channel, Aussie, g'day. Welcome to Nene's channel. G'day. Hey. This is a two-part series. I'm going to show you the technique on using your acrylic brush, acrylic powder, and also sugaring if you want a little bit of texture. And then we're going to be doing it on a real set of nails. Or like the little gingerbread man out of Shrek said, I'm a real boy. This is what happens when you're overtired. And have been in the salon since morning, and it's now close to midnight. Okay, now guys, what you're gonna need is some acrylic liquid, aka monomer, a nice chocolatey or nude acrylic powder. Now, all sorts of mediums that you can do 3D with. I really used to using acrylic. If acrylic is not your thing and you're worried about it drying, too soon, you can use things such as a polygel. You could have a go at some 3D powder or 3D gel if you're concerned about it setting in time. So if you are having trouble with acrylic and you would like me to show you the gel 3D technique where you've got as much time in the world before you cure. So let's get started. Okay, so we're going to put 2 coats of a gel polish, cure for 30 to 60 seconds, and then put down a base coat and rub with IPA alcohol. So what we're going to do is come in with our acrylic powder. So just use a coloured acrylic powder. I have used chocolate brown from NSI. I have chocolate brown from NSI, which is if you want a really nice chocolate dark gingerbread man. Otherwise you can just use a nice kind of nude colour depending on what your colour scheme is going to be. So just take a little 3D brush and come in and put a bead and just kind of shape it into a rough circle. You just want it so that it's slightly higher than the actual tip or nail itself. It doesn't need to be super thick, but it's still enough to give it definition and interest. Just kind of pat down and smooth and flatten, and then you can use the side of your brush to kind of come and make sure the edges are not all wonky. Then get another bead, and this is going to be the arm, so you just want to put it into a little sausage across the nail and just start to pat out the little kind of shape of an arm to the left and a little shape of an arm to the right, and then just smooth and blend it all in. Come in and put a bead for the gingerbread tummy. So another circle. It's very similar to how you did the little gingerbread man head, and just patting it in a nice kind of round shape, and then just kind of feathering and blending into the arms and the body. I'm then going to pull the acrylic powder down to the left and to the right, create a bit of a divot and create some little legs. So I'm just going to come on the outside while the acrylic powder is still wet and use the tip and point of my brush to basically come in and shape the little gingerbread man legs. So I'm going to come in with some red powder. This is where you have to be really careful, because if the red smudges, it's going to get all over your nude, and it's quite highly pigmented. So try and use a fairly dry bead. So I just come in and make a little bow, put one little teeny tiny little bead to the little left hand side of the gingerbread man, and I'm using my brush to maneuver it into a shape of a bow. and creating a little bit of interest. I'm also going to get a little bead and do the exact same thing to the right hand side, and then get a teeny tiny little baby bead to put in the center of that little bow tie. So if you prefer your gingerbread man to remain shiny, you can put a base coat down, or at this point you could come in and you could do a bit of sugaring. So you'd be either putting your like a base coat down and then just putting some clear acrylic powder over it to kind of give it that nice textured look to cure and then dust off, or you can come in and start to do a little design on your gingerbread man. So here I'm just doing some little eyes and some little love heart buttons. I'm using dotting tool to do little tiny love hearts, and it helps you to keep your little hearts and your lines centered, kind of dragging out the eyes a little bit more, coming in, and I'll put a little smile or a little frown depending on how happy or sad you want your little gingerbread man to be. Then honestly, just go for gold. You can really get creative here. You can outline your design. So have a little go of this, guys. It's so fun. I'm actually going to show you the finished set in part 2 of this video, and a few little designs you can do to kind of add to your gingerbread man. That is how you do a 3D gingerbread man. Give it a red hot crack, and I'd love to hear how you do.